Hi, FCST 1020 students. This is Dr. Wheeler. This is Tuesday, July 15th, and I usually send y'all a new screencast every Monday. But I looked through the remainder of our modules. Our last day of class is July 29th, so all of your assignments will be due July 29th. And I looked at our remaining modules, and those are modules 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I thought, as I looked over them, they all kind of run together. And I thought I could go ahead and break them down, but a lot of them tie into other ones. So I thought what I would do is just have you complete the rest of the modules before July the 29th and not give you a deadline. Now, and I don't say that so that you will put off any of it. I want you to start on every bit of it now because you'll have to in order to finish. There are a lot of discussions in there, responses to essays. There's several discussions that are due, and then there is one big tying it all together interview that I want you to conduct on yourselves, and I'm going to explain all of these in great length. So right now I'm going to switch my role to student so that we can kind of go over what you'll be looking at together. And as we go through these, I'll kind of explain to you how I feel about these topics and these situations. We started with career exploration last week in Module 5, and now we're picking it up with the second half of it in Module 6. The Module 6 activities that are due is reading Chapter 6, How Can I Prepare for the Future Workplace, interview skills, and the job reflection essay, and a draft resume. I'll go ahead and tell you now, you do not have to turn in this draft resume. You do not need to turn in the draft resume. So that is one thing that you can strike off the list. If you're watching this video, do not turn in the draft resume. But you do need to do everything else, the discussion, interview skills, and the job reflection essay. The interview skills, yes, there is an art to an interview. It's probably been 2 semesters ago, but I had a student in FCST that swore to me that he did not need to bring a resume into a job interview. And he said that just experience alone should get him the job, that he shouldn't come with a resume in hand, even if it's to work, in a fast food restaurant. And I'm thinking, well, what if there are 50 people that are applying for the same position and you're the only one that comes in with a resume? Even if you're going to apply for a position in a fast food restaurant, you still need to dress nice. You still need to bring in a resume. You can move up in a fast food restaurant. There might be 50 people that want that job, and they are still going to go for the one that looks the most professional and the one that comes in with a resume and the one that interviews well. And if you put yourself in the position of the interviewer, then when you saw each person come in, you would be impressed, and you would, with the person that had the resume in hand, maybe wearing khakis and a button-down or a dress. And I know you probably think that sounds like overkill, but no, it's not. And of course, as the position, increases in stature and what's expected of you, you really do need to dress professionally and have a lengthy resume. Module 7 is over workplace issues and ethics. Read Chapter 7 over how I advance my career, how to find and keep a job, your resume, and the career interview paper. And we really need to go over this career interview paper. And we'll go over that in just a sec. But how to find and keep a job, sometimes it's hard to find a job these days, but also it's hard to keep a job, especially if you're prone to be tardy for work, workplace issues, if you have a hot temper, if you like to gossip, anything like that can get you in trouble. And I remember when I was in school to be a teacher, uh, one of I was a student teacher, and the teacher whose room I was in, she said, I'm going to give you one piece of advice. Do not eat lunch in the teacher's lunchroom, and if you do, eat and let that be it. And I thought, what is she talking about? She doesn't want me to fraternize with the other teachers? And I went in there one day for lunch and I realized what she meant. They gossiped about everybody in the school, the kids, the other teachers, the staff members in the office, and you can get pulled into that. And then you end up, you're the one that gets in trouble. And so I decided on that day, if I ever eat in here, I will keep my mouth shut, and the only thing I'll talk about is American Idol. I'm not going to talk about anything else, or the Braves. But then I started having lunch in my room, and I would grade papers, and I got to leave every day at 3:30 while other people were there doing their work. So I was friendly to everybody, and I was well liked, but I did not follow in with the gossiping and all that. And it doesn't have to be just teaching; it's any occupation where you can fall into that trap. Next, we're going to move on to Module 8. If I can get back to my home page. Very slow. Okay, we're back to the home page. Now we're going to Module 8. The Module 8 activities. This is over the job search choices and challenges. Am I the best candidate? The world of work is a discussion. This, I believe, is another discussion. And then the fifth portion of that career development portfolio activity is due. Y'all are probably thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to complete all this? Well, the discussions, you can go down through there and answer the threads. And then you can go back and answer two people. You'll have over 2 weeks to do that. Today's the 20th. Ooh, no, today's the 15th. You'll actually have 14 days. You'll have 2 weeks. And then the last but not least will be Module 9, tying it all together, divide and conquer. Read Chapter 9. Do is the job advertisement, resume, and cover letter. This says schedule time for an interview for the final project. You don't need to schedule this with me. I'm going to show you a way to turn this in without scheduling to meet with me. A lot of times this is for a face-to-face class as well, so you don't have to worry about scheduling time to meet with me. You just need to submit it online. So now I'm going to go back to our course home. I'm going to change the role. And we're going to go through each one of these. So if you go to discussions, we have already gone all the way through, let's see, all the way through discussion 6. If you haven't completed discussion 6, you need to do so ASAP, because I only see 4 threads right there, and I need to see a 5th person. Discussion 7 is the interview skills. You're going to watch these 2 videos over common mistakes people make in interviews. And to me, the most common would be not bringing a resume, not dressing professionally, and also know about the company before you get there. This will show you some mistakes that you make during interviews and how to get it right. When you click on this video, you're going to say, what is this? It's going to ask you for a username and password. That's because it's the Films on Demand at Georgia Highlands. Put in the regular email and password you do to get on the computer at school. And if you need any help with that, let me know. But that should take you to those 2 videos. Respond, post your thread, respond to 2 other people. Then is discussion 8, how to find and keep a job. That's why I said these go together. So just watch all the videos together. Some of them are 30 minutes long, so you can watch them in increments. Watch these 2, answer the discussion. And the last one, no, there's number 9. Why should I hire you? Convince me. Oh, that's going to be fun. Convince me that I should hire you. Respond to 2 people. And then last but not least is an essay about career diversity and flexibility. So that is 4 discussions that you need to complete. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you have 2 weeks. I would break those up. Do 2 this week and 2 next week. But I would definitely get busy on those. So 7, 8, 9, discussion 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you can break them up 2 this week and 2 next week. Everything else that you haven't completed in the Dropbox is due. And that starts, the last thing you left off at was the Career Development Portfolio Activity 4. So that means, are you ready for the future workplace? I told you do not have to turn in the draft resume. You do have to turn in a resume, the career interview paper, the Career Development Portfolio Activity 5. And this is what I wanted to show you, is the final project. For the final project, you're going to select your dream job, draft a cover letter and a resume. Now, you're already doing the resume, so you don't have to draft it. So I would look at this one first before I filled out my resume. Go to Ferguson's Guidance Center. You've already been. Search for your dream job. I believe y'all have already found your dream job. Next, write a cover letter. Convince me that you're the best person for the job. You've already done that in another discussion, so that goes hand in hand with this. Next, write your resume to highlight your skills. The final part, and this is the part where I said you do not have to schedule a time to meet with me. You can do one of 2 things. You can video yourself answering the following questions, or you can record yourself, like the way you hear my voice right now, and that way you don't have to dress up and do the whole thing that it says dress professionally, spend time. What you're going to do is actually interview yourself, like describe your educational background. What educational experiences do you have that qualify for this job? You can change your voice to pretend that you're the interviewer asking the question, and then you can answer it, or you can get a family member to be the interviewer. Now, what I use for you guys to do these screencasts is called screencastomatic.com. And you can type these questions out onto a Word document. You can use screener.com, SCREENR, it leaves the ER off the end of it. Or you can record it on, Screener and Screencast are probably your best bet. But answer all the questions. If you have any trouble with that, this is going to be the one that takes you the longest probably, is recording this interview. But it's no different than me recording this screencast for you guys. So, you have 4 discussion posts. You have the job reflection essay, the resume, the career interview paper, the career development portfolio activity 5, and your final project. There's a bonus in there. Read the article and respond. I'm going to be posting different things between now and the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to leave you hanging. If you look over here, there have been 5 of you posting continuously. There's only 3 that posted under this plan of action, and only 2 that posted under activity 4. You guys need to get busy and post the rest of this stuff, and email me if you need me. I'll be here. I know it's a lot, but you have 2 weeks. Email me if you need me. Have a great week, and I'll be in touch.